often when we look at the assets that we use to implement something in IT, whether it be security or virtualization, we in essence couple ownership and operational efficiency with that asset as well, that we haven't found a way to decouple those things. And what this says is that when you really look at an asset, we often look just at the acquisition cost. We say, what does it cost to acquire it? And when you look at the entire life cycle, there's definitely cost associated with assessing and identifying it, security and information sharing, the acquisition of those things that enable it, the integration, implementation. There's a number of support services. We alluded to it, and I don't want to skip ahead to the slide, but we alluded to it in the panel discussion, is imagine the thousands of firewalls that some agencies manage, the number of licenses for digital rights management that they have to maintain, the number of network resources in terms of IDS that they have to manage. It's astounding in terms of if you look at not only that currency in order to remain current on a hardware basis, but even to remain current from a platform perspective. As Dr. Ross suggested, even introducing an entire new IDS may introduce more vulnerability than, frankly, it may take out in the fact that you have to manage changes and operations of the network. So how you support a security infrastructure is tantamount. And then technology refresh. We look at essentially this notion of the threats as they change. There's new threats coming out. There's new innovation, and we'll talk about that in a moment, happening. How do we deal with the ability to refresh our security environment? And then the last piece is asset disposal, which has enormous importance in security as it relates to the fact that not only do you need to dispose of assets, it costs money for someone to rip something out and put it away, but then you've got all the intellectual security like passwords and other things that are on those devices. So asset disposal can be a cost not recognized. So what this life cycle in essence promotes is you can either as an agency be in the business of managing all your security assets, or you can focus on your mission. And what this proposes is if you can find a way to decouple your requirements from your physical infrastructure, your security infrastructure, you can actually try to focus on your mission and the requirements of security versus trying to manage the security operation.